Ashton, not the way you won your first start to go.
Yeah, no, not at all. I think we left a lot of things out there on the field. Didn't execute the way we were supposed to, in all facets of the offense. But we're gonna obviously go back, watch film, and find what we can improve on and improve those things for next week. Thank you.
Question: is it like a ticked off locker room, or is it reached the point of just apathy in there?
Yeah, I would say it's very ticked off. Obviously, these guys, everyone, nobody likes to lose, and especially losing at home in front of a community and a crowd that deserves a lot better, is really disappointing for us.
Did you feel prepared coming into tonight, game plan wise?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, to be honest, I think we had a great week of practice. I think preparation was there on all sides of the offense, and we just couldn't execute tonight.
Ashton, this offense has had a hard time scoring touchdowns. Now that you were in, you got to start. What do you think the reason is for that? What have you seen that it's been hard for you guys to score points?
To be honest, I really don't know. We're, like I said, we're gonna have to go back and look at the things that we missed. But a lot of critical situations I think we're struggling on, and those critical situations in the SEC, you have to be able to go out there and convert those to be able to score points against any SEC defense because of how good they are. So I think critical situations is probably the biggest area for us right now that we need to improve on.
They haven't been a team that's gotten a ton of pressure, and they had a bunch tonight. How surprising was that?
They brought a lot of different looks, and I think we were prepared on it. But like I said, in all facets, we just didn't execute tonight. So it was hard. Obviously, all protection, O-line, running backs, me, that falls on all of us, and it's not just one group. So we're all disappointed in ourselves, and hopefully we can bounce back from next week.
Ashton, how confident are you in this offensive staff to get to where you guys need to be in the SEC?
Yeah, I'm very confident. I just think it comes down to executing, like I said, in critical situations. I think that, our game plan was great coming into this week. And I think we just went out there and struggled when, we needed to make big-time plays. We weren't making big-time plays. And I think it really comes down to that.
Coach Freeze was saying you wish you guys could have cut it loose a little bit more in the passing game. Did you feel like there were some big plays to be had that you guys just couldn't execute on?
Yeah, I think there were a couple of big plays, especially, in the first half. That fourth down. It gave us a little bit of a different look, and could have cut a slot fade to Eric loose, and he probably would have scored a touchdown. But I got my eyes off of him too quick. There are a couple other throws that probably hung on the ball a little too long, and got a little flustered. Had to scramble, but there are definitely a lot of throws that I think I could have made that I didn't tonight.
How was the communication between you and Jackson all week, and then during the game? Of course, he subbed in, and then you came back in the fourth.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like I said at the beginning of the week, we're extremely close. We're a very close, quarterback group, and whoever was going to go out there and play was going to be prepared, and nothing changed between us. There wasn't. Competition is competition at the end of the day. It's college football, and we know what that means and what that is, and we push each other to be better throughout the week. And then obviously, we needed a spark tonight, and I was extremely supportive of that, and we were both there for each other at all points throughout the night.
In that second half, where you come out and start, and they go to Jackson, and you come back in, how difficult is it to stay both physically and mentally ready when they're kind of ping-ponging between quarterbacks?
It's not that difficult. When you're prepared, when you prepare all week, whether you're going to start or not, you're prepared. And at whatever time they need you, they're going to need you, and they're going to throw you out there. And if you're not prepared, then that's on you. So just staying in that mental mindset of no matter what, you'll always be ready to go.
Fans were pretty vocal there down the stretch in the second half. Just how difficult is that for the team?
Yeah, it is difficult because, like I said earlier, this community, this fan base deserves a lot more. You know, the support that they continue to come out and give us every single week, regardless of our record. You know, we should be out there winning games for them, and we're not right now. So that's extremely disappointing for us. I know it's extremely disappointing for them, and you know, it hurts.
How do you kind of pick yourselves back up after, you know, last week, good win to break a losing streak, and then kind of feels like you take a step back this week? How do you stay together and go forward from here?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, you know, just flushing it and moving on. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it now. You know, the game's in the past. We're going to go in and watch film, figure out what we need to do to move on to our next opponent and do that.